Okay, so around 3:30 p.m. there's a violent shooting that happened at a Mercy Hospital in 2620 Michigan Avenue in that area, and it started about on a dispute with a young man who was in a relationship with one of the employees at the hospital. Three people perished because of this. It was a police officer, it was a doctor, and a pharmaceutical assistant. And the interesting thing is about this police officer. The police officer was just in the law enforcement career since 2017. Just finished the academy, and this later this year he was just finishing his probation training. And of course, it was very sad that he had to perish because the act and the response of this individual. And people died, man. Those three people died, and what it was that it had a dispute around 3:30 p.m. at an employee parking lot. Now, according to Mr. Johnson, who was one of the witnesses there in this emergency area, I mean, he seen it and he heard shots going on. So I want to say that shout out to Dick Durbin, who was the Democratic senator for the state of Illinois. He stated that, listen, well, I'm glad that they reacted as soon as possible because they could have, it could have potentially damaged a lot of lives, man. So they saved a lot of lives, man, and for furthering the cause. And now, according to the gunman, we don't know if it was a self-inflicted, according to investigation, self-inflicted, or he got killed by the police. But he did, he started shooting. He had a shootout with the police, man, and ran into the main entrance of the hospital, man, which is very dangerous, man. And I'm just thinking about the information clerks, the people who do customer service there. They in the front line, and they see that, and they get, pretty much can defend themselves. And this goes going to the defensive mechanisms when I was talking to the hospital officers at my job. You was just stating that always have some type of emergency exit. You just never know, man. Don't worry about saving other people's lives, save yourself, man. And then you go ahead and get some help, but you got to make sure you're okay and always have some type of exit, man. Don't think anywhere you are is safe. And I just taking this in consideration with this, man. Of course, you got people just shooting everywhere, man. You got the Aurora, Colorado, that happened way back when the Batman movie that just came out, man, Arkham Asylum. I mean, you had all these, The Dark Knight. You had Las Vegas shooting, and I was listening to the radio 101.9, and it was a young lady. Her she was just stating that, listen, these politicians need to implement gun laws, strict gun laws. I mean, ban guns, because she was just so irate to the point that, listen, I'm just sick of these prayers. I'm sick of these victims. I'm sick of you people just keep posting this on social media on a consistent basis. My son is dead. That's referring to the Las Vegas shooting when he went to Las Vegas with his friends and he ended up perishing. And no mother, no father, any parent or any guardian, man, don't want to experience nothing like that to happen to their loved ones. It's just sort of that we can't really prepare for these we compare these problems emotionally, but at the same time we still don't want to abide by the United States Constitution, because you got people like in South Carolina, Georgia, some people in Florida, man, Michigan. I mean, we love our guns, especially in Texas, man. Prime example, man. I'm just thinking about the other elements. It was a young lady. She was on the radio, and they interviewed her, and she almost experienced like a break-in. It was a black lady, and these white couple came in, and I don't know if they were high or drunk, but it was knocking on her door on the broad daylight, man. Knowing she had cameras, broad daylight, people don't care, they have no incentive, so they was just knocking on her door, and she was like, okay, what do you want? What's going on? She's like, this is my house. And she was like, well, no, I pay taxes. I pay rent. Like, I pay the bills here, the light bill, gas bill, water bill. This is my house. What are you talking about? So he's like, no, this is my house. You're going to give me out of this house. So, she started breaking in, try to go back to the back door. So she grabbed her gun. She's like, listen, if you come in here to hurt me, I will shoot you. And she has every right to do that. And the next thing you know, they broke into the front door, shot the dude in the shoulder, and he left. And I was just thinking that, she was a single mother with two kids, two daughters, and don't have a man in the house. Even if it was a man in the house, it would still be appropriate. I feel like if you have a handgun, you can, successfully at least attempt to save your life and defend yourself, or even use excessive deadly force. And if you and the politicians decide to take away our guns, then how can we, successfully defend ourselves to those who are responsible in protecting themselves? And so these are the kind of laws. It's going to be very fishy. we do understand, like, I think the NRA, the only thing they can do is just make it very difficult for people to have access to illegal guns, man, like these AR-15s. I mean, we got to think about in America, we got just people who have PTSD that served in the military in Vietnam, Korean War, Afghanistan War, man. I mean, you know, and they need treatment, they need help, they need therapy. And I'm not condoning what they're doing, but a lot of people, man, they just in their situations to make ends meet, but now they're affecting their mentality in the long term. And you know, it's just all demonic spirits. I can say that too. Of course, you know, America, you know, we practice humanism, and I just think that we can't just, for all the simple fact that, like, all these shootings that's been going on, the responsible Americans should not suffer for this. And I just think, like, you know, Congress, I just pray that they would make a good strategic decision on how we're going to, you know, just have good gun laws, man. And I know, like I said, New York has one of the strictest gun laws. Illinois has one of the strictest gun laws in the country. You know, and the fact that this guy took upon himself because he had a mad relationship, or he was jealous or angry, and you know, used excessive force for no reason. Um, it's a really, it's really sad, man, because you know, kind of work in a setting like this, and I'm just thinking about potential lives. I mean, you just never know what's gonna happen. I mean, anything can happen, man. People can shoot up malls or grocery stores. It's just kind of the world that we live in. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they have metal detectors in here. It's a trauma hospital, and you know, just three people that just were killed. You know, they didn't think of none of that. But we're just gonna see. I don't know how CNN is gonna put this in proportion right now. But at the same time, though, like the gun laws, I'm just really concerned with that. The condolences goes out to the family, my prayers and the families to go to the victims, man. Seriously, and I know you guys do not deserve that, but I just pray that emotionally, that the family would ever, you know, seriously take care of themselves, and help, you know, God will get through the situation. But you know, this gonna be a very tough thing, man. It's just like every other month, it's always a some type of mass gun shooting that's happened. You know, mass shooting with the Mad 19 tournament shooting. I mean, it's just things just happen randomly, man, and it's really pushing the edge of these politicians to, you know, just to come up or create some type of law, man, to the point that, you know, we're gonna ban all our guns, give all your guns away, and next thing you know, that's gonna put a stronghold in the chokehold of the United States citizens, and we cannot allow that to happen. And I know they do various criminal background checks before you purchase a gun, but man, people still finding ways to get guns. So we gotta kind of, it's an illusion, man. It's a domino effect, man. We don't know. I don't know what's going on, but at the same time, but it's, as Americans, man, we can't have our rights stripped away, man. We got to keep that Second Amendment. You know, because we live in a day and age that, you know, you gotta defend yourself. Sometimes, you know, you might not have to always use your hands, because it can be a person that's physically stronger than you, and you got to at least defend yourself at some point, if necessary. And I feel like a gun that can help you with that. Not, I'm saying that's not automatically you're gonna be safe with it, but at least you will have a fighting chance. That's all I'm saying. So you guys can read more about this story. I'm pretty sure you're gonna hear all about it on CNN. But man, the Mercy Hospital shooting, I know it's very sad on so many levels, man. Some of the doctors who was running back in and saying, you know, they're staying in their lane. And it's just sad that a lot of people can't even get a treatment. 15 medic people, man, just getting treated. It was just a huge mess. It really is. But that's the day and age we live in. We gotta prepare. We gotta prepare ourselves. You know, eliminate these church shootings as well too. I do believe like deacons and pastors should have guns. Have this active shooting classes. I mean, this stuff, man, is getting real. We gotta fight back. But at the same time, if we give all our guns away, we have no power to fight back evil. I'm just saying, in this physical world. So it gotta be a balance out, man. But hey, and I'm not trying to disrespect anyone who experienced this, you know, their family members getting killed for whatever reason. I understand how you can feel that way in an emotional sense, but we got to think about the broader picture. But let's just take that into consideration, man. It's been a lot of like shootings, of course, school shootings, and people have been doing this off of their own will. It's sad, man. But this your boy Young Lee Jr. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe. That's all I want to say on this, man. I'm out. Deuces.